What up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Stack Bitcoin Show, your beginner-friendly guide to saving in Bitcoin. That's me. I'm Roman. Welcome to the show. Today is October 1st. You know what that means? We're back. We're back to week daily episodes. So I'll be back here tomorrow again for another episode of the Stack Bitcoin Show. Shout out, round of applause from the live studio audience going out to Mr. Carlos Jaramillo. I leave for a couple of weeks and you took a $50,000 loan. Wow. I know, Carlos. I had to do it. Yeah, it's done. It's done. I'm already up on it. I'm already up like $1,000. So, haven't made my first payment on the loan yet. And my loan payment is already down. That's the whole goal, right? The loan payment is already less than it should have been in terms of Bitcoin. Well, when measured in dollars, it's the same amount, right? But when measured in Bitcoin, it's already at a discount from when I got the loan. So the process, the thesis is already coming true. It's already happening. It's crazy. Yeah, we might dip again and maybe I'll pay more than I need to, but I mean, I actually won't pay more than I need to. I'm still going to pay the dollar value, right? But since I'm holding it in Bitcoin, it just, anyway, it's pretty good. So the way I look at it is, this smash buy basically locks in my DCA for the next, I don't know how long it's going to be, like maybe like 7 years, 5 years, right? It locks in the DCA that I was going to do anyway. It locks in the price of Bitcoin at $113,000, right? So in a year, in 2 years, who knows, right? My goal is still going to be to add an additional, $1,000 a month for my DCA stack, right? And that $1,000 a month will still be at the rate of $113,000 Bitcoin, even if at whatever price, doesn't matter what price it's at in 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, right? My payment is getting me more Bitcoin per payment, right? We can look at it two different ways, right? We can say that my payment is going down in terms of Bitcoin, right? Or we can say that I'm getting more Satoshis per DCA on that loan. It's mind bending, but it's really cool. Carl Black in the house. What up? Round of applause from the live studio audience for Carl Black. As you guys can see, I cut my hair and saved $45. I did it myself. I just buzzed my own hair. I did the top a little bit longer and the sides I faded it the best as I can. And why not? It's another form of savings, right? And you know, I bought Bitcoin. I paid myself. I became my own barber. I paid myself to cut my hair and stacked what I would have spent on a haircut plus tip. Sheesh. Man, Carlos, it's crazy, right? And so now we're so close to the one Bitcoin as the channel, right? We're so close to the one Bitcoin that it makes it more exciting and it makes it more attainable at the current pace of $20 a day, right? Plus whatever other things happen to come up. Also, Carlos, another thing you might have missed, you might not be aware of. Let me show you real quick. Let's see. We're gonna do the stack recap in a little bit, guys. But let's look at this first. Where is it? Actually, let me bring it up first, and I'll bring it up. Then I'll bring you guys over to see that screen. Let's see. I got sick last week too, so it's been. Where is it? I have. Oh, here it is. Carlos. Oh, what's going on with my did I freeze? My screen froze. No. I'm back. So I put out a product, Carlos. Oh, am I clipping? Check 1 2. Check 1 2. All right. Sorry about that, guys. I put out a product as the Stack Bitcoin Show, and that product is the Bitcoin Tracking Sheet Premium Edition. It's basically the spreadsheet that we use to track views, to track the buys on the show, but I took off all the extra stuff and I just left it so that somebody can use it as like, so you can track your own buys, right? And so what's happening is, it's just been, I made this sheet and I'm selling it for, let me see, here it goes. I'm selling it for $17, right? But after all the fees and stuff from like Gumroad and all that stuff happens, then I end up making, I don't know, like $14, about $14 per sale, right? And I actually sold two, right? So that's also adding a little bit to the revenue of the show, and it's our first product that's actually sold. That's pretty awesome. So it's pretty stoked on that. And then I'm also doing strategy calls. So for people that watch the show and they want to get set up like I'm set up with my spreadsheet and with the way I buy Bitcoin, how I manage it, taking off the exchange, and how I put it into self-custody, all that stuff, I'll walk somebody through that step by step on a one-on-one call, and it's like you set it up, and that's another way that we're making revenue for the show. I haven't done one yet. Nobody's hired me so far, guys, to do a one-on-one consultation, right? But maybe someday, eventually, one of these bookings will go through, right? If you're interested, you want to set up a call with me to do a one-on-one to help you get your Bitcoin strategy set up, then you just go to stackbitcoinshow.com. At the very top, look at where it says Stack Bitcoin Strategy Call, and then you go down, you hit book your call. That opens up Calendly. You click on the Bitcoin Strategy Call, and then you choose a date from the available days here that works for you. So tomorrow at 3, 4, or 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we can get on a call and I'll walk you through setting up your own self-custody or setting up your strategy for DCAing and all that, the whole infrastructure. It's pretty cool. Anyway, so once that happens, all of these consultation income and the income from selling the premium Bitcoin tracking sheet, all of that income is also accounted for in our stack. So that's going to help us hopefully get to the 1 Bitcoin sooner than later, right? So just trying to find different ways to get the show there get the show there as fast as possible before Bitcoin goes crazy and we're priced out, and it makes it even more difficult to get to the 1 Bitcoin goal, right? Cool. All right, let's go back to the main page and queue up some topics for the show. Let's jump into. Whoa. Is that right? Oh yeah, it is right. Sorry. It is. That's right. It's time for the Bitcoin strength. Today, the price of Bitcoin is $117,464.02. Crazy. You can buy 851 Satoshis for a single dollar. Right there. 851 Satoshis for a single dollar today. You can get, is this right? Yeah. For 1 penny, you can buy 8.5 Satoshis. And it's a crazy time. It's a good time. Do me a favor, you guys, as you come in, hit that like button, please. And tap the screen for all kinds of goodness. Okay? All right. Yeah, it's wild, right? We've been at 117,000 on the way up, or that was like one of the new all-time highs. And then it's October, October 1st, Uptober, and the price of Bitcoin is making a nice little recovery. Who knows how close we'll get to the last all-time high? What was the last all-time high? The last all-time high was 123,000. Yeah, 123,000 was the last all-time high. I mean, we're not that far off. Let's see it percentage-wise. Percentage-wise, we are about Yeah, under 5%, like 4.8% away from the all-time high, which is not bad at all. It's pretty encouraging, actually. I think this month is gonna be great. It's gonna just, I don't know. I'm not basing it on any science or anything. I'm just saying I feel, I got the feels. The vibe is I think it's gonna go up. It's gonna pump a lot in October, and probably through the rest of the year, right? Before we eventually go into the bear run, right? The red year, right? But who knows? Who knows what the level of buying, the level of investment and accumulation that's being done by ETFs and all these players that weren't in the game when during the last bear cycle or the bear run. I don't know how far. I don't know if it'll go. I don't know if it'll have a monster like 80% dip or a 50%, even a 50% dip in the bear. And what we know is it's a 4 years 4 year cycle bear run, whatever. Right? I don't think we're gonna have that deep of a down. Because the big volume institutions that are buying a lot of the Bitcoin these days, they're not paper hands. They figured out what it is, and when they buy it, they plan on holding it for a long time, right? Like, do you think the Michael Saylors of the world are gonna sell their stack next year when we're expecting a red candle? No, they're gonna keep their current stack, and they're gonna stack some more, right? And so I don't think we'll have as deep of a bear run as we've had traditionally, because of all of that new demand, right? So anyway, that's that. Let's get into the next topic, which is why we stack. Let's do that one real quick. I haven't done that in a while. I wonder if I can still remember what to say. Why we stack. If you're new to Bitcoin and you're checking out the show for the first time, welcome. This is the part of the show that is dedicated to beginners to help you understand what Bitcoin is and why you should be saving in Bitcoin. We're basically getting ready to administer a big fat orange pill. Shout out to BTC Pins for these cool stickers. Right? What's an orange pill? The orange pill is like on the Matrix, right? You have the blue pill, you have the red pill. Well, we have an orange pill. When you take the orange pill, you experience symptoms of the effects are that you start to understand what the money is doing to us, what the fiat money, what the government money is doing to us. It's keeping us poor and making us work harder and harder for the same lifestyle we want to have, right? Your life gets more and more expensive. You have to commit more and more of your time here on this earth to generating revenue to be able to maintain your current lifestyle, your current expenses, your current quality of life, right? You're gradually swimming up a waterfall of continuously pouring money or cash printing or money printing, right? You'll never get to the top of the waterfall by swimming. You'll never get to the top of the waterfall because there's no amount of work that you can do as just a regular person, even a company, to overcome the hurdle rate, which is the rate at which the money supply is expanding, right? The money supply is expanding so fast at this point, maybe 10, 11, 12%, who knows, year over year. So that means that whatever you're doing, if you're not making 11 to 13% more or profit in whatever endeavor you're doing, you're not even getting ahead. You're treading water. You're staying in the same place. You're not getting towards your destination of being able to get to your freedom date when you have enough savings to retire and do whatever it is you want to do for fun, right? That'll never happen on the dollar standard. That'll never happen, especially in any other currency, right? So what is the solution? What do we do? How can we defeat that? How can we beat inflation? How can we flip the script on inflation and make inflation work for us instead, right? It's simple, and anybody can do it, and you don't need that much to get started. You could do it today with $1, $5, $10, $100, whatever you feel comfortable with. that value that you set aside and take out of the fiat system and put into the Bitcoin system, now it becomes shielded from inflation. And not only does it become shielded from inflation, but since Bitcoin holds its value better than any other asset you can hold, it's appreciating at about 50% year over year. So 50% appreciation year over year versus 10, 12, 13% debasement year over year. You're still up a good 40%, 38%, 37% of gains over the economy. And so therefore your purchasing power goes up. Okay. So you save in Bitcoin, your purchasing power goes up. The things in your life start to become cheaper and cheaper, and you can afford more and more things with less and less Bitcoin, right? So that's the solution. That's the fix. That is infinite money glitch. Maybe not infinite money glitch, but it's pretty close to infinite money glitch actually. The longer you hold it. Anyway, gradually you'll start to see those effects. The more you save in Bitcoin, the faster you'll see those effects, right? The more you save in Bitcoin, the sooner you'll be able to get to your freedom date and all that good stuff. Okay, but yeah. So long story short, why do we save in Bitcoin? We save in Bitcoin because saving in Bitcoin is like traveling back in time and giving yourself a perpetually increasing retroactive raise for the hours you've already worked for as long as you hold a Bitcoin that represents those hours. That's it. That's what's up. That's what's up. You save in Bitcoin and take custody and do it again. Okay? And enjoy our lives, right? Enjoy our lives. Life gets a little bit... Life gets easier on the Bitcoin standard. Alrighty, that was why we stack. And if there's any questions, please do put it in the comments. A reminder that we are back to transmitting or to doing doing this show every day of the week, Monday through Friday. And we're gonna do it at noon, except for Thursdays. Thursdays, we might do the show. I'm not sure if I'm going to do the show like at 11 or if I'm going to do the show at like 12:30. Yeah, I'm going to try to do the show on Thursdays. So tomorrow's show will be at 12:30, I think. 12:30, 12:45, somewhere on there. I'm trying to figure out that one day. But the rest of the days are going to be at noon. So our regular schedule is going to be noon, Monday through Friday. And of course, on Thursdays we're starting a little bit later, but I'll put it on the schedule so you guys can get the alert and stuff, right? But for the most part, if you can show up whenever you can show up, I appreciate that. Help me get some more watch time, some more participation in the comments. It'd be fantastic because I want to grow this channel, guys. I want to grow this channel so that it hopefully someday can start generating its own revenue, and then we can continue to use that revenue to stack even harder, right? Because the one Bitcoin is not that far away, and the sooner we get there, the better. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool to have this example showing us getting from 0 Bitcoin, starting from scratch, all the way to 1 Bitcoin. Okay, so that is the plan. All right. That said, I guess the next order of business is, of course, your favorite part, my favorite part, the stack recap. There it is. Stack recap, baby. We're doing a stack recap where I show you guys all the purchases we've done so far on this show to buy Bitcoin, all the loans, and our current Bitcoin stack, our holdings for the show. Here we go. In 2025, we saved $5,440 so far. That including everything? 24. Oh, I need to add some. I need to add some of the buys here. Today we're gonna catch up live. Oh man, I have like what? 24. Oh, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. I haven't put in like 4 of the buys that I did, so that's good. So I'll do that. We'll do that during the stream in a little bit. And just to show you guys where we're at, we started with $5,440 this year, and now we are at $6,568. In 2024, we saved $7,000, and today it's worth about $14,000, almost 100% gains, almost double, almost a 2x. And for the beginning of the show, we started May 22nd, 2023, and that so far we've saved $16,000, and it's currently up worth about $33,000. for a gain of about 106% on the what we call the strategic Bitcoin reserve of the Stack Bitcoin show. It's not bad. And then, of course, we've done other things along the way to generate extra Bitcoin, selling things, getting donations from awesome viewers like you, 100-day Bitcoin saving challenges, the 21 Moto project, the side hustle projects, and of course the $50,000 loan smash buy project. And yeah, right here, there it is, like my Stack Bitcoin show revenue. So this is the Satoshis I got from the 2 sales that we made on the premium Bitcoin buy tracking sheet. So there it is. Everything's been accounted for. All of the different buys are there. And as of I forgot to change the screen. Oh my gosh, there it is. Everything's accounted for. All the different things I just discussed are here. And our show is currently at 0.87477,385 Bitcoin. That is intense. That's amazing. Okay. We are currently 0.125222615 Bitcoin away from 1 BTC. In other words, $14,709.75. That's how far away we are from one whole Bitcoin. That's pretty rad, because the value of our strategic Bitcoin reserve at this point has cleared the triple digits. We are at $102,000. $102,755.75. That's crazy. That's crazy. It's pretty awesome though, when you think about it. Super stoked on that. All right, so that is the current stack. Let's update the spreadsheet with the buys that I did before. Because even though I wasn't going live, even though I was only doing live once a week in September, I was still buying Bitcoin every weekday, $20 minimum. So let's update these this tracker here. So that's 924 was 924. That was last Wednesday. So we have 25, 26, 9, 25, 25, 9, 26, 25. And then we have 929 and 930. So 929 and 930. 25. All right. Okay. Let's look at my purchase history real quick. So this one was 17490, 17490. There it is. Okay. No. 420.69. This is 0.0001737. We're adding the buys that I did at the end of last week and the beginning of this week that we haven't added to the spreadsheet before, so I'm doing those now. We got, let's see, it's this one. This one is 114427. Oh, they're pretty close. 29. Maybe about 20. 20. This one's 0.0001736. What is this track? Let's go with this one. Okay, so that one's in there. Next swimwear. Okay, and then we have the September 29th purchase. There it is. This one is, oh wow. $20. 0.000017355. And finally, yesterday, that is, wow, 440, 47, $20, 0.00017,354. What up, Hard Huddle in the house? Round of applause from the live studio audience for Hard Huddle. DCA to BTC all day, every day. Hard Huddle, we're back to every weekday on the show. We're doing every day at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And on Thursday, maybe we might have to start at 12:30, 12:45. But we're back to daily. We're back to week daily. All right. So here we go. We're catching up on all of our purchases that we've done so that we can be caught up, of course. And now take this and this and bring it over to the strategic Bitcoin reserve full sheet. All right. I need 4 of these. Copy, paste. All right. Now we're up to date. Let's see. 546,807 Bitcoin. And now we're only $14,631 away from 1 BTC. Wow. Okay. Cool. So that's the stack recap plus the addition of the buys that I hadn't added before. So now that we're all caught up with that piece, there's only one thing left to do. Besides blurry eardrums, it's time to stack some Bitcoin. Let's go. All right, back at it in Uptober. Going back over to the Strike app, hitting that buy button, keying in $20. I'm doing a $20 buy today for the show. Shows are back, prices are back. We are rocking and rolling. Hit it next. All right, it's giving me the price, 117,000. Here we go. Cut the music. Hit the drum roll, please. Buying $20 worth of Bitcoin today, October 1st, the beginning of Uptober. Is it the beginning of Uptober? Who knows? But there it is. And just like that, we've accumulated an additional 16,874 Satoshis. 16,000. Ouch. We're not even getting 17,000 anymore. 17,000 Satoshis for $20. That's kind of sad. But anyway, more Satoshis is more better. So we'll take it. All right, let's get on the spreadsheet here on 2025. Today's purchase is 10/1/25. October's kicking in, and the price of Bitcoin we deserve today is $117,695.86 Bitcoin. We paid $20 worth. We bought $20 worth. Minus fees, we ended up getting about 0.0001687 BTC. In other words, we got 16,874 Satoshis for our troubles. It's not bad. Taking this guy, copying it, bringing it over to the master spreadsheet. Ooh, the master spreadsheet. The strategic master reserve. There it is. And that pushes up our balance slightly. Every bit counts. Slowly nudging and sometimes dropping monster purchases on this on the stack. We are now at 0.87563681 BTC. This is only 0.1243639 away from one whole Bitcoin. I keep forgetting to switch my screen. There it is. Current holdings, and now the value of the show's bag, I guess you could say, is about 102,000. It's so crazy once you start seeing how close we are to 1 Bitcoin already. Man, 0.1 thing. Okay. All right. Anyway, so let's do a little recap on this. Let's look at this loan real quick, guys. I know it's a little bit shocking, and I'm still kind of surprised that I went ahead and did it. But it's at this point, it just makes sense. All right. So here it is. Some more loan details, or so a loan analysis, right? I took a loan for $50,000, right? And when all is said and done, it's going to cost me about $103,000 in 7 years. So by the time if I do the whole term, by the time I get to year 7, I would have paid $103,000 to borrow $50,000, right? So it's about 20% right there. So when this gain right here gets to 20%, that'll already cover the costs of my of financing, basically, right? But the idea what I was talking about earlier is this: I'm basically pre-buying my DCA value that I wanted to commit to, right? So I was going to commit to $1,200 DCA, and my $1,200 DCA, since I got the loan, is committed at the price of a Bitcoin of 113,000. So each time I make this payment doesn't change on the loan, but the amount of Bitcoin you need to make the payment will continue to go down as the price of Bitcoin goes up, right? So for example, I put this number in here just as a marker. That's not my first payment, but this is how much Bitcoin I would need to pay that first payment when I first opened the loan, right? But right now I need about what is it? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So 1 million satoshis. No, 1.05 million satoshis, or 1.06 million satoshis. So that it basically is that right? Am I off right there? Is that 8 digits? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, it's missing one. This is missing a digit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 8. There we go. Oh, it shorted me. There it is. All right, that's better. It makes it easier to see. Okay, there we go. I was like, what's going on? Okay, so the price of the payment when I first got the loan was about 0.106 Bitcoin, right? And just since the loan got funded on the when did I get funded? I don't know, like last week or something. Week before that. It's already down. The amount that you're paying for the loan, it's already down. What? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like 1,000 satoshis. No, 10,000 satoshis. Yeah, it's already down 10,000 satoshis. 0.0001 Bitcoin. So, that's pretty good. It's pretty crazy. So, yeah, I have to figure out how to make this chart how to make this more clear in this chart. But as we start to populate the data, and we start making payments down the road, we'll start to see the payment start to come down. Kind of similar to what we have with the what's up with this track? That track. What's going on there? I don't even know if that's anyway. The data will show a little bit easier in this, I guess, in this format, right? The BTC loan, it's already at a 3.26% discount on the payment based on, yeah, there you go. So based on the gain, or based on the pump that we're having right now, the Uptober, the payment is already down. I'm already getting a 3.26% discount on the payment, and I haven't even made the first payment yet, right? So that's really cool. It's exciting. So it's showing that it's actually working the way I was expecting it to work. Yeah, Bitcoin can drop a little bit, and that's fine. And maybe in terms of Bitcoin, I would have to pay more if the price of Bitcoin goes down. But I'm not making the payments in Bitcoin. I'm making the payments with new cash, right? I'm making the payments with new money from just my salary, right? So when I say pay back because it's cheaper when I say that I'm paying back with less and less Bitcoin, I'm not actually spending the Bitcoin. Come on. I'm paying the dollar value, but holding the Bitcoin that the old dollar value represents. So basically I'm I'm pocketing the value of the old money and paying the loan off with future money that is weaker money with less purchasing power, right? But the bank is forced to accept that cheaper money, right? Because the loan is denominated in dollars. So it's just a little chart that shows that, right? So we learned the concept that if we paid $13.70 for a burrito back in October 2023, it used to cost 49,000 Satoshis. Today, that same burrito still costs me $13.70 in terms of dollars, but in terms of Bitcoin, it costs me 11,000 Satoshis. That's like 76% off, right? 23, 24, 25. That's in 2 years, guys. Yeah, in 2 years exactly, the price of a burrito in terms of Bitcoin has gone down 76%, right? So you can imagine my BTC loan payment going down 76% in 2 years, right? It's like free money. It's like free money, right? I did the BTC backed loan and with Ledin, got 2 loans with them. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I had to use a traditional, just a fiat company hard hodl because unfortunately, California has not been the Bitcoin loans are not they're not operational yet in California. I think they have to get approval state by state. But yeah, I would love to have used Ledin for sure. Ledin for sure I cannot use in California, and I had my fingers crossed for when Strike got enabled. But even Strike, I don't have that feature on mine. I can't do it in California. It sucks. I know, it's the worst. It's the worst. But if I could do the Ledin one, or even the river, I couldn't do the river one either. It's like California is super locked down. But hopefully one of these Bitcoin companies gets in here, and when it does, woo-wee. Anyway, the goal is to get to one Bitcoin here for the show, and that's the only way we're gonna be able to do it, or else we'll be stacking $20 a day into infinity, and we won't get there. Okay. But yeah, it's gonna be fun to have the shows like nice little wrap up where it's like completed. We got to the one Bitcoin, and then we can stop doing the DCA to BTC show, like this show, and maybe switch it up to something different, right? Where it's not so focused on the actual stacking. We'll just do like Bitcoin news or Bitcoin entertainment or something like that, or maybe just focus more on like Bitcoin help, right? Like we do all the work. We've done all this work for the past almost 2.5 years to show the process, the benefit, the way to get to one Bitcoin, or the way to save in Bitcoin, the benefits of saving in Bitcoin. Oops. Sorry, I'm still here. Don't go. I was trying to switch over to this one. We're showing all that stuff, and it's done. People can't say, "Oh man, you're talking out of your butt." You know, you're saying one thing and not doing it. No, we've done it. We've walked the walk. We've talked the talk and walked the walk, and we got the proof of work, the proof of saving in Bitcoin, the proof of DCA, and with a little flavor thrown in there of taking out a loan to buy some Bitcoin, financing some part of the Bitcoin, and doing other things like I've shown you guys to generate extra revenue to buy more Bitcoin. Right? It's there. The template is there. The example is set. So what's the next thing? Well, once somebody watches our videos and understands the process and is inspired to do it, then I'm going to start moving more towards like instructional stuff. Maybe the instructional stuff will help people that are, yeah, we'll see. But maybe I'll go back to once we get done with the one Bitcoin. Once we get to one Bitcoin, I'll probably stop stacking publicly on the show, and the show will just end up with one Bitcoin. But the channel will stay up because the channel will then transition to other things like UTXO management, other strategies. Okay, like you have a certain amount of Bitcoin. What are some things you can do with this Bitcoin, right? or I don't know. I'm not even 100% sure, but we will definitely won't have to do live streams all the time, right? Since we're not going to be doing the DCA live anymore. But it would be good to have the channel still running and available, so I can put out like maybe better edited videos. Like I could do the thing that I wanted to do at the beginning of the year, which is go hit the streets and interview people and talk to people about Bitcoin, see what the consensus is, right? Like how far along are people on the journey, right? This is another interesting thing. Like, can I orange pill my local farmers market? Can I orange pill one of the merchants at my local farmers market, right? I started actually working on somebody yesterday, and talking to them about Bitcoin and how it works. So like, yeah, does not having to do the show every day free me up to do other little side projects? It certainly does, and it's super fun, right? But I definitely want to complete the one Bitcoin journey on this show for sure before ending the live streams, the regular live streams, right? But then we can still maybe do like once a quarter, like subscriber hangout, or like a live stream when something important happens, right? Jump on here and just kind of hang out, and we can celebrate the pump, right? And then have the channel still available and open to serve as an example, and to serve as a way to get out new important stuff that's helpful to not only beginners at this point, but anybody that's in Bitcoin, right? We can finally start working on those things, like on that video series that we talked about a couple months ago of Bitcoin v something, Bitcoin versus real estate, right? And then I go in there and we'll start arguing with all the real estate agents, and we'll do side by side comparison, right? As close as you can get to apples, because they're not the same thing, but the parallels. How does real estate compare to Bitcoin? Okay, what are the risks, rewards of real estate, risk, rewards of Bitcoin? And we can even get more specific, right? What's the risk of buying a home that you're going to live in versus saving in Bitcoin and renting? That's really, really good one, especially right now, the way the prices are going. And if Bitcoin does demonetize real estate the way we expect, is it worth it to commit yourself into debt for a building or a home or a condo that is gonna get demonetized, right? Where you can just anyway. So that's kind of one of the videos that I want to put out. That's like more edited, more refined, with a little bit of controversy, right? Because what I want that to cause is like, hopefully people will argue about it in the video. Like, oh yeah, maybe some realtor comes in and says, no, this is baloney. It's better to buy a house than it is to buy Bitcoin. And then people can go back and forth and hopefully stimulate some controversy, right? And then maybe we'll put at the end of the video, we'll put like, what should Bitcoin go up against next? And people can suggest the next video be like, okay, you'll try Bitcoin versus stocks, or Bitcoin versus should I buy Bitcoin or should I buy a new car, right? Right? Or something like that. Or like, yeah, anyways, I have a lot of ideas, but I need to accomplish the 1 BTC, which is the goal, before we start transitioning to those other ideas. We got to stick to one idea until it's done at completion. Okay. What up, ABW in the house? It's been a long time since we've been on and you've jumped in. So good to see you in here. I know I've seen you in the chats of other channels we both like to watch. So I appreciate you taking the time to show up. So Andrew, we have I took out a crazy loan as you probably saw, and we're there. We're almost there. We're almost at the 1 Bitcoin. We're at 0.87563681 as of today with today's purchase. We purchased another $20 worth today, and yeah, this is the haircut is close to the bone because what's it called? I cut my hair myself. I cut my hair myself, ABW, and guess what? I stacked. Whoa, what's going on here? I stacked the what I normally pay my barber plus tip. So I stacked like $35. I stacked like $45 I was extra generous on the tip today or yesterday. Yeah, it's like, you know, I used to cut my own hair when I was a kid. I used to cut my friend's hair when I was a kid, like in high school, middle school. And like, I know how to do it. I just, sometimes I want to go to the barber to get like a haircut in a way, but like, I was like, you know what? I'm still doing a bunch of jiu-jitsu, and having long hair and doing jiu-jitsu kind of gets in the way. When you're out of class, your hair's like all jacked up because people are like having headlocks and you're putting your head on people's body to keep them down, pinned on the floor. So it's like your hair's not gonna look the greatest anyway. But so yeah, it's pretty funny. Oh wow, that's cool. Yeah, Andrew, it's definitely nice to not have to do so much maintenance. Not that there was a lot of maintenance anyway, but still, yeah, it's interesting. It keeps my mind. It's like I think about like the Albert Einstein where he had a bunch of the same suits, right? The same clothes, so they didn't have to waste brain power, thought processing, decision time on choosing what to wear, right? Just get up, put on one of your suits, put on one of your things, and then you save that thinking bandwidth for more important things like Bitcoin and getting more Bitcoin. It's awesome. But yeah, so we're back, guys. We're back to what's going on with this? Come on, focus. So we're back to 5 days a week. We'll be back here tomorrow. It's a Thursday, so Thursdays are the only one-off when it comes to time. Tomorrow's gonna be either at 12:30 or 12:45. The stream. The rest of the week, the days of the week will be at noon, so 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Okay, so yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you guys are doing well. Let's wrap up the show and putting on the closing track. There it is. There it is, the closing track. Once again, guys, thanks for coming back. Right. I know I appreciate the time off. I got a lot of stuff done. I learned a bunch of things, and the benefit, I think, of this channel and to getting us closer to that 1 BTC, to completing the goal, right? To setting the example, and to show people that even if you can't get to 1 BTC, it makes sense to just start stacking, even if you never make 1 BTC. Make your goal slightly less, but keep working on a goal, because it's better to have some Bitcoin than no Bitcoin. And as long as your Bitcoin stack keeps growing, you're on the right track. Okay. All right, guys, I'll see you guys tomorrow for another episode of the Stack Bitcoin Show. But until then, remember, if you ain't stacking, you're slacking. Bye, guys.